Hi, my beautiful people. Welcome to Nine's Corner. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Can we all just say, oh my God, the halftime show was so good, so fantastic. I mean, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and then when 50 Cent came out, it was just like, but oh, can we just... Mary J. Blige, oh my God, she was so fantastic. And I love it because, you know, they do that Young the Restless, doom, 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 doom. And she just rocked my world. I thought they did a fantastic job. It was just so good. So I enjoyed the halftime. I have no idea about football, so I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend regardless of what you did. And I hope you're coming to me well, feeling healthy, feeling happy, feeling good about life, because that's all we can do. We can't control everything. We can only control how we feel. So let's feel good. All right. So we have a few things that we wanted to go over, that I wanted to go over. First off, let's just have a look at Trump, because how is it, if this was anybody else in the world, how is it that he has papers in Mar-a-Lago and we're still waiting, even after he flushes it down the toilet and he burns it in the fireplace? And I mean, it's just ridiculous. So let's look into whether or not this is going to lead to any kind of charges, and or will it be enough for them to be able to say, you know, you can't run for president? Like, because I can't see if they actually went to go ahead and charge him. But then, like, is this the least of the charges? Is this like just like, don't even bother with this because we got him with that? Or I don't know. Let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. Oh, in the center, we've got the Hierophant. So this is about the rules and regulations. So yes, they are looking at this. This is important. This is, you know, actually in the legal realm of being looked at. Okay. Crossing it, oh, a lot of fighting, a lot of infighting. Look, the Republicans are angry, they're sour, and they are going to do their utmost to win the 2022 elections. So they're going to infight. They're going to do everything against the rules and regulations because they want to win. That's, you know, the unfortunate part of it. So going against the rules and regulations are the Republicans and people holding this up. So underneath it all, here we have the Lovers. So a big decision has to be made. A decision about, should we go after him? Is this worth going after him for? Ooh, in the past, we got the Devil. Look, he's so guilty. There's no, like... He's so guilty of so many things. This is just the nothing in comparison to everything else. But this is something that legally they could go after him. But there's a lot of pushback with the Republicans. Ooh! Do you see these cards? I mean, that's 4 major arcanas coming out. So this is like, okay. Maybe this is more serious than we thought. So Justice is on top of it. So they're definitely looking at this as a way of holding Trump accountable. Wow. Wow. So justice is in their mind. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay. We've got the rules and regulations being stopped and thought about. Underneath it is a problem from the past coming forward. Behind, we've got the devil. The devil's in the details, the paperwork, the paperwork that's missing. Justice is being thought of. So this is part and parcel of getting justice. The Emperor, he's Trump is literally going to be put on the throne. This is looking really interesting. Two of Wands, they're looking at all the information. The weight and the stress of it on Trump and Trump's family is so strong. He's really hoping that he's hoping that he's going to get support. He's hoping that he can stall this long enough because, you know, he wants to red card. Always remember to turn off your phone before you start a reading. Just saying. Okay, let me just zone back in here. Okay. Justice. He's really hoping that he'll get the Republican Party behind him. I can't help it. When I'm seeing this, it's bringing the family out. So it's as though, like, it's something with one of the kids, be it Ivanka or Jared or Junior or whoever. But it's almost like some kind of family. They're worried about some kind of family event happening before this even takes place. Some problem from the past. Fighting, the devil, justice, the emperor. Okay, let's just look at how this is going to end. Chariot. This is a good thing. The Chariot is all about determination. The Chariot is about having confidence and conviction and moving forward. So I think at this point, they have the information to get justice. This is what's first and foremost on their minds. And they are sort of in that, they want to make sure that they can go forward confidently and win. And I think they can. It looks like they are determined. Look at that King of Swords. Ooh, Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. You know what? They're going after Trump with both barrels. They're going after documentation, papers that prove that he is underhanded. But this is also having to deal with his money situation, not being as rich as what he says he is, and doing bad investments and stuff like that. It's all like, guys, we've been waiting for so long, and it's probably going to take forever because that's the unfortunate part about it. We're going to see things come to play, but it's going to take years and years and years. Like, you know, it's going to be like 10 years out trying to wait for all this situation to come to pass. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the next thing I thought we would look at, I just want to look at Ivanka. Because some kind of family ordeal is going to be happening, according to Donald's cards. And Ivanka is just, you know, the mumbling that's going on about her. Is she about to get indicted, or is she about to get in trouble? Like, there's something going on with one of the kids. I don't know why. I just feel it really strongly. Okay. That's just me being this is me being lazy. Look at me. Okay. Ivanka, are you going to get in trouble in the next couple of months? Like, are you the one that's going to get in trouble? She's stressed, worried, and they are determined to go after her. They are like at the they have everything in order to go after her. They're just waiting for that last piece of the puzzle, but they're determined. They've got it. They got information. They know that she's we got the devil right up on top. This family is rotten to the core. King of Cups. This is her husband. Husband getting involved in this. So he's this is something that her and her husband are involved in. He's the King of Cups. He's going to have to hold it. Don't say anything. It's going to be information. Look at that Empress coming out. How old is this woman? I know we've said it before, and I think she's, but there keeps being a mommy card around her. So either something with her, or this could be her mother having to play a bigger role. So her mother coming to her rescue in some fashion. She's really worried about money information coming out, and she feels like, I wasn't the big player. She's hoping that the information doesn't get out there. Judgment. Oh my God. Ivanka. I think Ivanka is... I think Ivanka's in really strong peril. I think she really should be worried. I think judgment is coming upon her. My goodness, Ivanka. I think Ivanka might be seeing jail in the next 3 months, or maybe not jail, but definitely being indicted or getting in trouble. So it looks like Ivanka is going to be one of the first kids to pay the piper. Looks good on her. All right, let's have a look at Giuliani. We've talked about him for so many years now. I'm waiting for him to flip like the fish he is. Flip, flop, and here he is, flipping and flopping. Let's have a look and see what Giuliani is going to do. Is his information going to help take down Trump? What's Giuliani going to do? Ooh. Interesting. We've got the Three of Swords here. So, yeah, there's going to be heartache, and this is information, but I kind of got a feeling that he's going to dance around Trump, but I think he's going to end up telling on Ivanka, Jarrett, Junior, and Eric, or whatever. So, yeah, he's going to cause heartbreak. He's going to cause heartache. Definitely going to be something to do with the Trump family, which I'm sure, in a sad way, Trump would prefer that. He'd rather let his kids take the hit than him. Okay, so with the star going across it, I really think that there is such a need for hope. There's such a want to see, somebody speaking the truth, even if it hurts. So I think that the star going against what he's doing is that he can't control it now. His only hope is to do what he's doing because he knows himself. He can't get himself out of this trouble. He's rushed into it. Oh, he feels like he's got nothing else. He can't do anything. He's got to do something. There is going to be specific information that they're looking for. There's something really specific that Giuliani can tell them about. Yeah, here he is, the Two of Swords. He's trying to weigh out the situation. Does he go with, himself? or Trump, does he go with what he knows is right? Or does he go with, it's like in the past he feels bound, and in here he feels bound. So it's almost like he's still bound to Trump. That even though he's going to hurt the Trump org, he's still trying to, weigh it out and be cautious in a weird way. Money, money, money. It's all about money, 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 money. King of Pentacles. Detailed information. Family, money. King of Pentacles. So they're definitely looking at money information. It's definitely to do with the family. Page of Pentacles, information coming out. I think we had the same thing for Ivanka. Page of Cups. So he's definitely going to give information. It's going to have to do with the money. But because this is a page, I really feel that Giuliani is going to try to play the game and not try to flub up, be confused, because he really doesn't want to go after Trump per se, but he's going to have to go, Wheel of Fortune. Kidding me. Did you... Death card, transformation, changing. He has no other choice. He's going to give information, but I think he's going to try to save Trump to the best of his ability. I think this is going to be going after the kids. The Death card, Wheel of Fortune. See, here we could also see dementia, not knowing better, kind of like a health issue. His health goes on the Wheel of Fortune, turns towards the negative, and then we have the Death card. So I'll let you just take that in as well. Confusion of an older man, dementia, the Wheel of Fortune turning, and then the Death card being transformation. Well, Rudy. Well, Rudy, I'm just going to leave it there. So next, let's have a look at Putin, because I think in our last reading about Putin, we kind of said, he'll be causing a fear and causing, people to be worried, but he wouldn't actually go ahead and do anything. It was almost like, he was just going to cause everybody to be upset and in fear, but not actually go through with it. So let's see, is that still standing, or has he changed his mind? What's going to happen? Let's have a quick look at Putin. What's going to happen with Putin? Okay, so in the center, he's here, he's defending himself. But if you see, he's been beaten up and worried. So I think that the pushback has worked on him to a certain extent. I think Putin's getting older. I think Putin has a want and a wish for him to see the USSR come into its former glory. And I think time is going against him. I think that with the Nine of Wands here defending himself, I really think that prior to, he wanted to instill fear, but I don't know that he was actually thinking about going forward with anything at this time. In the future, yes, but at this time, it's almost like he feels bullied. Going across him is the Knight of Swords. A lot of quick movement happening around Putin. A lot of, strategic thinking about how he should play this and feeling pushed. I do feel like he feels like this situation has gotten away from him. He wants to have the element of surprise, the element of he knows and you don't know. In the past, we've got the Ace of Cups, so he wants to ensure that his people are for him, with him, and that he's able to show himself and to get that emotion of his people for him. On top of it, he really wants to keep this as secretive as possible. He doesn't want for anybody to know when he's going to strike. So he's keeping his cards close to the vest and perpetuating fear. It's going to be a continuation of it. Here are the sanctions causing some loss, but appreciate it hurts the people. And Putin and his oligarchs will still go on. They still have the money. It'll hurt the people. The people are feeling it. Looking towards Ukraine. Looking at that being what they want in the future. The pushback of people talking, saying, look, if you do this, we're going to set this in motion. Temperance. I think even if it's for nefarious reasons, he wants to keep things tempered right now. I think with weather and everything else, this is not something that even Putin wants to do. At this moment, he wants to have the element of surprise. And nobody wants this to go on. I mean, for goodness sake. The Queen of Wands, so... The Queen of Wands could be quite spitey when she wants to do something if she feels that she's being pushed. But he wants to keep the secret. He wants to keep emotions. He wants to create the emotion. He wants to create the narrative. Ooh, Justice. 10 of Wands and the 7 of Wands defending himself. With Temperance and Justice here, there seems to be, for the short term, because, Temperance could always have the element of surprise, but for the short term, it looks like Putin will play the game, but I think right now he doesn't have the situation of how he'd like to be able to go forward is not ready yet. But he's definitely planning on defending himself. But there's this element of bullying. But Temperance and Justice is there, so there's a want to put this off for different reasons. So for Putin, it would be, I've got a plan. I don't want anybody to know when I'm going to do it, and I need it to do when it's best strategically for me. And the world is like, let's just balance things out. We need to I think things will get in motion, but it seems like there's enough wanting of tempering things out, enough wanting for both sides to kind of say, hold on. And I really think Putin has a time and place. He has this want. He definitely wants to do it. But I don't think he wants to do it right now unless he thinks he can get the element of surprise. So maybe that's going to be it, right? But don't think so. So hopefully that is the case, that he just, does his fair whatever, but just keep at bay. Say what you want, but stay away. Alrighty. So for my last, oh no, not my last. I'm going to say, it's not my last question. For my next question, let's have a look at the Truckers' Convoy, Freedom Convoy. Interestingly enough, it looks like Trudeau is putting forward the emergency powers, which Alberta, where I'm to, and a number of other provinces have said, whoa, that's, basically bringing a gun to a knife fight. So let's just have a look and see what's going to happen with these emergency measures. And, we said in our last reading that this wouldn't just stay in Canada, and it has. It's been moving and migrating around the world. And, the sad thing is, I know here in Alberta, there was one convoy who removed themselves because they said it's been infiltrated by some really nasty players kind of thing. So it's at least that was a feel-good moment, that they recognized the danger there and walked away from it. And there's, I know you hear a lot of negativity and everything, and I'm not saying that there isn't. With everything, there always is. But there's been so many beautiful moments of coming together, hearing them sing the Canadian anthem, and it's it's surprising how momentous this has become for Canada, and how, because I watch the coverage, and that can be, there's truth to it, but that's not the whole story. Because I talk to family and friends that are in Ottawa, that are in Toronto, and, there's a lot of talk about it being a fairly peaceful, yes, you're going to have your ruffians and stuff, but, when it comes to actual damage and things of that nature, it's not half as bad as other things that have occurred. So let's have a look at the Truckers' Convoy. What's going to happen with it? The Ten of Cups coming, and the King of Wands, that's Trudeau putting the gauntlet down. Some heartache. In the past, there was that ability to give and take. On top of it is the want to just, let's just stop this. Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm seeing a couple of things here. One, I'm seeing that there's going to be pushback on Trudeau, saying that, look, this was, unnecessary. It's going to be used as that kind of rhetoric towards him. I'm worried that with police interference and stuff, that there may be a couple of cases where people get hurt, or emotions get really strong, or there's pushback, but it's not as big of numbers. The world, something's coming to a conclusion. So this will come to a peaceful end. There is going to be heartache. There's going to be people that are not going to want to see this end, and there's people that are going to feel betrayed. Yeah. See, unfortunately, like anything, there's, when you try to look at a swath of people and you say, oh, they're all bad, then you're doing them a disservice. And if you think, oh, they're all good, then you're doing them a disservice. There's going to be good and bad in any industry, in any place. You go to school. Did you have all fantastic teachers? No. There's always going to be that good and bad and different levels of it. So I think that for a certain portion of the truckers' convoy, they really did do it with good intention. But like we said in our previous reading, there was dark money entering it, and there was dark players entering it for other purposes. And I mean, we've heard tell of all that. What is it with the Page of Pentacles? The Page of Pentacles has come out in practically all my readings in the same position. So there's going to be continued information and stories coming out about money. That is not going to end. There's going to be more stories coming out about money. There's something about money, dark money, and like people feeling like their money has been stolen from them. So there's this is just going to continue on. Even when they get people moving, it's still going to be things need to be looked into. Dark money, where'd the money go? It's like somebody made money out of this. Somebody stole money out of this. Oh, Lord. Coming to completion. There's going to be pushback, but I don't like the way this looks. It's like there's going to be more information coming out in the future about dark money and dark deeds and other entities. Wow. The Fool. The conclusion being that had everybody come together and talked, but you can't have a conversation if nobody's at the table. If you can't get the government to meet you to speak, but then who's coming to the table to speak if you don't know who's leading it? Because obviously it got infiltrated by the wrong people. People came into this money. I mean, this is just money being made. People were made fools of. Details, people, details. There's going to be more information coming out. The Lover's here being a decision. What's that decision about? Wow. Very strong in the cards that the eventuality you will see somebody going to jail. And I don't mean for on the ground type of thing. I think that there's going to be more of a story going forward about people taking advantage and it's going to end up with somebody going to jail. I think that judgment is coming, that those who went into this with dark ideals will end up being judged for them, and it is all about money. This was a money-making venture. Money-making venture. Yikes. So Trudeau, now that you have enacted the emergency powers, and it seems like from the cards that this will be done basically peacefully with few minor heartbreaks, but it seems like this story is going to have more of a money element and people making money out of it. And so let's see, Trudeau, is this going to will this hurt you in your standing? Because a lot of pushback from people saying that this was overkill. His standing in the world news, you know, he's not being looked at happily by a lot of other countries that he has spoken to and about. So it seems like there's a lot of negative worldview towards Justin about this. And it has made world news, which is like, wow. So, and I mean, this Trudeau, you know, he's faced controversy before, you know, being in blackface and different things. And everybody makes mistakes. You know, everybody deserves a second chance. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on Trudeau. I'm just saying that for every action, there's a reaction. So let's see. And if this emergency powers that he's used, will this backfire on him? Here's the Fool. Didn't we just end with the Fool in our last reading? So here he is. He's the Fool using the powers, even though others have said, hey, watch it. But he's going forward. He's using his own instincts. He knows he's on the cliff, but he knows he has to do something. I truly believe that Trudeau feels like he had no other choice. He had to do something. Going against him is going to be a lot of emotion, a lot of people feeling a certain way about it, a lot of people feeling like, yes, you know, there needed to be something done, but it could have been done without the extreme measures. You know, and if you look at the world news, there's a lot of people feeling a certain way because they're like, you know, Trudeau commented on us and let's look at what he's doing. So I was watching one newscaster and they were saying that Trudeau had his eye on getting a job with international entities, be it WHO or, you know, the something in the, and they said that he's lost all respect and ability to do that. So, you know, when you see a lot of tears, a lot of losing a lot of water is losing a lot of momentum, because that's what's going against him. So maybe on an international level, he has lost some. Okay. Ruin of reputation underneath it all. You know, I truly feel that Trudeau felt as though he had to do something, and at this point it's like, look, no matter what I do, they're going to be crapping on me, so let's just get this done. Looking at this, you know, looking at the details, probably could have found another way around it. This is him coming out and saying, look, this is what we're going to do. Near future, the Hangman, seeing it from another position. He may come out and have to say, hey, look, I felt I had no other choice, but maybe he might see that this might have been a step too far, or that he could have done something, because he's having a change of mind. And the change of mind is going from looking at the details and saying, hey, let's just check and see first, being the Fool and going forward and doing it anyway, and then saying, oh, maybe I should have looked at that in a different direction or a different way. We got the Star here. So he's really hoping that that going forward with the emergency measures will do the job, that he'll be able to get people to see that he had no other choice. I mean, that's part of it too, trying to get his narrative out. There's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of people talking about this, a lot of pushback about it. Here he is. He really hopes and believes that he has the strength to get through this, that he felt he had to put strength into doing this, that he had no other choice. And that's his true belief, that he had to do this. He had to move on it. Four of Swords. So I do think his actions will bring respite to the situation. I also think that he really needs a break. I think he's feeling the pressure. This could also be him and his family being sick as well. So I think he is going to have to do some looking back at it. He may have to come out with some not necessarily, he's going to have to live with the idea that people feel that he, overstepped. But he went in thinking that he gave the announcement of what he thought he was doing was right. He's watching to see what's going to come of it. And what will come of it is that he will maintain that he did the right thing, whereas others are going to say, look, that's the day that you basically hurt yourself and hurt your reputation. It's a mixed bag there for sure. Alrighty. So I'll leave that. I think I've been here for a while now, so I don't want to go too long. And I hope you enjoyed our reading. And as always, I have our Unity candle lit for each and every one of us. Please feel, oh, I just waxed myself. So are you guys like me? Like there's something satisfying about getting wax and then peeling it off. You know what I mean? Anyhow, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, because that kind of stuff really helps the channel, so I've been told. And as always, until the next time we chat, cheerio, my friends. Take care. God bless.